everyone, welcome to Tell It Tuesdays. Hope you're all doing well. Got just a couple of questions today, and please forgive me, I sound a little bit hoarse today. I was at a concert where screaming was necessary. The very first question has to do with the iPhone 7 Plus. On Friday, I did an unboxing, and what you're actually seeing is the 7 Plus. So we'll see how it does with videotaping on this particular video. But the question was, have I or would I consider doing a what's in my iPhone? I hadn't really thought about it before, but I'm happy to do that. So look for that a little bit later this week. The next question is, I was talking to a good friend who wants to know that, actually not know, but she's got a decision to make. She's going to get her first Louis Vuitton bag, and she's trying to decide between the Never Full and the Delightful. So I told her that I would go ahead and do a real quick review on both of those, kind of compare them this evening. So let's kind of get going on that. So first of all, we'll use this one, which just happens to be the MM, and it's the one that's out. I haven't put it back in its bag because I'm about to flip back into it. And then we'll do, I also have the Delightful in the MM. It's not the GM or the PM. So there is the Delightful. And let's go ahead and talk about the differences between the two. So they're actually kind of similar in body style. If I were to take the Delightful and the Neverfull and put them together, the Neverfull, I don't know if you can see that, the Neverfull is just a little bit wider. But other than that, I think they're about the same. Let's see here. They are just about the same. The Delightful is a little bit longer. So Neverfull a little wider, Delightful just a little bit longer. Now the first thing that I want to talk about are the straps. So for the Neverfull, of course you have the nice thin straps, and they're kind of sturdy. They stand up on their own, and there's not a lot of arm clearance there. With the Delightful, it's got that really large strap, and because it's kind of hobo-ish, it's got this this section right here where you can actually give yourself a pretty good drop. Now here's where a little bit of the issues lie for me with the Delightful, and I don't know like how you enjoy your bags, but when you try to carry this, there is a clip here that's exactly like the Neverfull. Now, when you carry the Delightful, it's really important that you keep this thing clipped at all times, because if you don't, it has a tendency to open up and probably reveal a little bit too much of the information that you got going on there. So when I carry her, let me move this back just a little bit, and I'll move this up so you can kind of see. When I carry her, I actually take her and kind of push her down a little bit, and then I put her on my arm, and it gives a good, let's see, turn that down just a little bit so you can see. It gives a good bit of clearance for it. When I carry the Neverfull, I don't necessarily have to clip that together because it's a little more rugged, and I just put it over my arm, and while it doesn't give the clearance, it doesn't gape either. If I were to take this Delightful and never really push it down, and then I didn't have it clasped, let me unclasp it real quick. When I have it full, what happens is it starts to do this. It'll start to look like that, and if you're walking by me, you're going to see a little bit more than perhaps you had expected to see in my bag. So that's one thing that's a little bit of a difference. So if you don't mind kind of pushing it down and keeping it as a hobo style, it's absolutely fine. Now, this is a little more supple than the Neverfull. The Neverfull tends to have a little bit more structure. Of course, you can take the Neverfull, you know, and pull it in on the sides and kind of bring it up in, and the Delightful does not have that option. It just kind of hangs there like a hobo. Now, I would say, you know, between the two of them, I wish that I could take the Neverfull and give it a little, just, I mean, like an inch more arm clearance. It's, to me, because I do have a larger, thicker arms, it seems like it's a little tighter than most bags that I would carry. So just 1 inch would make this the absolute perfect bag, and I would never want to leave it. But because there are some days when I do like a good clearance, I think that the Delightful bag is good. It does have the ability to be kind of like a squishy kind of bag. I do dig that. The bottom is really quite lovely. I do like the sides of it. This is the toy that I was talking about a couple of videos ago. You know, I do dig it. When I look on the inside, I'm going to show you this real quickly. The D-ring is over here to the right-hand side, where if you looked at the Neverfull, it is on the left-hand side. And I don't know why, but I do tend to gravitate with a D-ring that's on the right-hand side. So I do kind of wish the Neverfull had it over on the other side, because when I'm digging for my keys, it's very easy when the bag is on to simply reach in and grab it this way rather than trying to find it going back that way. So the Delightful, I think, is better in that respect. So I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something with a little less structure and to give you a little more arm room, this is a little more comfortable on your shoulder, I will say that. When I purchased the Delightful, one of the essays that was there, not my particular essay, but a lady that was there, she did say, if you're looking at the Delightful, one thing to keep in mind, when you see the vachetta, and it's the plain vachetta untreated, that it does tend to stick on your arm more, and that the treated will tend to slide a little more. So if you're looking at something that's just going to kind of sit there and do its thing, then the vachetta may be your thing. If it doesn't really matter, you know, I don't have a problem with this one falling off, so I don't know, but I did want to pass that information along. So if you're looking for something less structured, a little bit more arm area, and if it's important for you to be able to grab that D-ring on this side, I say go for it. If, however, you need something just a tad more structured, like you like it, because it's definitely a stiffer bag, you know, I would say, you know, go with the Neverfull. I hope that that was helpful for you. I think that they're both really good bags. Me personally, oh gosh, even though the arm clearance isn't quite where I would want it to be, I think I probably do tend to gravitate more towards the Neverfull than I do this. I'm constantly having to make this here. I'm going to flip it down just a little bit so you can see it. I'm constantly having to flip this to make it just right, and then put it on my shoulder. So there's a little bit more work involved than normal. So there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.